Hello legends, hope you're doing good. Just a quick follow-up here. I hope everybody is safe out there, and whoever got a massive hit in their portfolio on altcoins or even leverage trading, you'll get over it, okay? It's been a big, massive drop. The only active swing long position that I had on an altcoin was ICP. And of course, this one hit stop loss, almost lost $15,000 on this massive move. I know people, I've got messages from people and even friends here in Dubai. They've actually down millions of dollars, guys, with this massive move that we've had to the downside. I mean, this was the only active trade that I had. I'm being very, very skeptical about the situation about Bitcoin. Also with the possibility of forming that impulsive move to the downside to get back down to below $107,000, right, throughout the last few days. We want to be very, very cautious with the hype of October, right? And Q4, there's going to be over leveraged positions. People believe that, of course, this is the time of the 4-year cycle theory where everything flies, including myself, guys. You know, the only position that I had on leverage was this ICP trade. Very low capital for me. Was, happy to lose this because I have a very high projection of hitting $20. Well, we've seen a massive flush throughout all of crypto, especially on, Binance exchange, right? We can see the BNB movement to the downside, which was absolutely insane, of over 30%, and lots of them even dropping down 60, 70, and even 90%. Polkadot here on Binance, literally going below $1 in the last 24 hours, a 75% move to the downside. We've seen also, Cardano dropping down also in the last 24 hours over 65%, okay, which is just insanity, guys, okay. ICP eventually getting down to the bear market lows. It's just been throughout all of crypto, and whoever's been very ambitious on making massive profits in the next coming months and going all in, they're the ones that are feeling the pain. The only active trade that I had was ICP as a swing long, just giving it a chance, right? And not expecting this massive liquidation. But you always need to be very, very cautious, guys, especially when we do consider some scenarios, especially on Bitcoin, throughout the last few weeks before we got this rally. It's something to be really aware about, that you have this contracting diagonal to the upside in a 5-wave move to the upside. For this to be the low of the correction, it is actually rare to have a shallow pullback, and a shallow pullback in time. We didn't even cross the 382 Fibonacci time from the low of this motive wave to the upside. It's just a very shallow pullback to get an explosive rally and go to $140,000, $150,000. Being very much aware of the situation here. We'll go through Ethereum right away from yesterday's video, which actually got a dip below 3,800, the crash, which is still in territory of bullish momentum, and especially Bitcoin still very much bullish, guys. This is possibly what we are going to follow up right now, is this movement down being an impulsive move. I'll be going live stream tomorrow around about 4 o'clock p.m. okay, Dubai time, all right, UAE time. And we'll be discussing the different scenarios that we're looking at, but we're still very much bullish, okay, on Bitcoin. At least altcoins have gotten slaughtered, guys. Stay cautious. My spot portfolio on altcoins look like crap, but mainly I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. Chainlink got a little bit of a hit as well, but still okay from the buying zone that I got into. Most of my Ethereum has been bought in between $1,000 and $2,000. Bitcoin in between $15,000 and $30,000. And Chainlink in between $5 and $9. That's the big range of 2022 and 2023 that I bought most of my Chainlink, okay? Rest of the altcoins, I have to say, most of it are in the red, which is 20% of my portfolio. So I am taking a hit on that side, but eventually I'm not going to sell now. I'll just leave that there till it recovers at some point, right? Bitcoin's still very much bullish. When we form these kind of wicks, it is common to feel part of the wick or even test the lows of the wick. So there's going to be a lot of people trying to long this as well. Very, this is it, guys, the massive, fear. Be cautious. We want a little bit of a range formation. This volatility is dangerous. I hope everybody out there is safe. Or, I know a lot of people have lost a lot with this movement down, guys, okay? I'm not a fan of getting into limit longs, adding to position. I always talk about how dangerous this is. I've just been updating the community today with, I hope people are safe, that they didn't get led into this October hype. Q4, all altcoins are going to get, are going to explode. If you're using leverage, you're having limit orders, you can see right now throughout many cryptos, Polkadot, ADA, BNB, ICP, you name it, guys. Lots of them have dropped over 50, 60% in the last 24 hours. Whoever's doing cross margin, limit orders, I am never a fan of this way of trading because this does happen. And Bitcoin is the leader. Bitcoin says everything of what could happen to the rest of the crypto market. And having this rally since April in a 5-wave structure, for this to be the low, even though we rallied here, I was very, very skeptical on the bearish outcome that could happen here, which is forming an impulsive move down to form that ABC flat scenario and coming down below 107K. Now, we potentially still in the wave 3, and we could feel the wick, and we could still see some more choppiness with the potential of hitting the 1.618 extension of the flat scenario, okay, which is this one right over here, that has the possibility of even going down to the $98,000, $97,000, right? Sweep up that higher low even. Stay cautious. Let's wait for a range. I will be going live tomorrow, guys, and discussing a little bit of the scenarios. Ethereum, one scenario, Ethereum is still looking pretty bullish, okay? Even though we got this massive move down. I did not enter along yet on Ethereum, but this is the idea of eventually let's find a little bit of support, calm down, revisit the lows, double bottoms, form a little bit of a range where we can trade, safely and with good risk management. Nothing about, adding to massive longs. I'm using 10%, 20% of my portfolio. This is a full recipe to get wrecked. I know a lot of people must have got wrecked with this movement down. I do not make much to the upside. I sustainably make some gains to the upside, but I also do not get wrecked, okay? I'm very conservative because of these events, and I was very skeptical, of course, about Bitcoin, with that possibility of looking at a 3-wave move up, form a flat, and you do get the C wave forming a very aggressive move down in a 5-waver, and we potentially still in the 3rd wave, okay? Stay cautious. I will be doing a live stream. We'll be discussing this scenario tomorrow, Sunday, okay? So make sure to hit that notification bell, and we'll be going through the different scenarios and really looking at, what are the different possibilities. Ethereum still looking pretty okay. The idea here on Ethereum is that we are still in a, an impulsive move, 4th wave, still, in this scenario. So, nothing really has changed because we have hit 4th wave targets from the wave 2 to the wave 3, which is 50% Fibonacci. Coming into this zone, it is looking very interesting for this area to hold, right? And see some range formations, a bit of a bottom formation and a potential reversal sign, which is where I'm going to be entering my swing long position as soon as things calm down, right? Stay safe, legends. Everything is still okay for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Of course, a lot of the altcoins have been slaughtered, guys. I know a lot of people must have invested in altcoins, myself included, but they're a very small amount of percentage of the portfolio. Stay safe, guys, okay? This is, I'm sure this has been a massive, massive hit for many, many people. As my biggest portfolio is Bitcoin and Ethereum and Chainlink, I'm still doing pretty okay as I bought from much lower prices. Yes, I took a hit on a leverage long position. This was a swing trade. It could last a few months. I was very, very skeptical about the situation. However, not adding to position, not getting into massive altcoin longs and, this one, the other one. I'm not very much of an altcoin trader myself. I mainly look for Bitcoin trade setups and also Ethereum added in the last few months. Much love to everybody. Live stream tomorrow. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.